My name's Sam.
Chris McGee.
Kevin.
Ward.
Kathy.
And I'm Alexis.
For a drug that is legal in the United States, marijuana seems to be everywhere. According to the United Nations Office of Drugs and Crime, 165 million people worldwide use marijuana. For centuries, marijuana solely was used medically, but based on social stigmas, marijuana is widely frowned upon by physicians, even though more and more research shows the benefits that it could hold. With shifting views, changing laws, and new scientific research, use of marijuana is a real debate instead of completely out of the question. According to Narcanon International, the earliest recorded use of marijuana was in China in the year 2737 BC, and it was used medically. It was not used recreationally until 100 years later in India, where Muslims were banned by the Quran to consume alcohol, so they smoked marijuana. America got marijuana from the Spaniards during colonization, but it was widely dismissed due to the success of other cash crops such as tobacco. Marijuana found its popularity during the 20s and Prohibition, and marijuana lounges called tea pads were viewed by the government as legal and non-threatening. Marijuana was listed in the U.S. Pharmacopoeia from 1850 to 1942 and was prescribed for various conditions including labor pains, nausea, and rheumatism. Things changed in the 50s when marijuana was dubbed a gateway drug and banned in the United States. The beatniks and the hippies used marijuana, and it became a symbol of rebellion to the government. Due to changing social paradigm, people are more and more comfortable with the use of medical marijuana. According to Pew Research, only 4 in 10 Americans view marijuana as a gateway drug anymore. 77% of Americans say that marijuana has some legitimate medical uses, and 7 in 10 Americans say that government efforts to enforce marijuana laws cost more than they are worth. As of today, 18 states allow the use of medicinal marijuana, according to the New England Journal of Medicine. It's important to note that it is legal at some state levels, but is still banned on the federal level. Though the debate is still heated, federal laws are changing. This started with California in 1996 with the Proposition 215, which established medical marijuana. Just months ago, Congressman Blumenauer announced that along with a bipartisan group of co-sponsors, I am introducing the state's Medical Marijuana Patient Protection Act, legislation that will allow medical marijuana patients and businesses that are in compliance with state laws the ability to access and distribute marijuana free from interference. A lot of people are concerned that will legalizing medical marijuana make it too easy for adolescents to get a hold of. According to Igor Grant, recent epidemiologic studies concluded that after adjustments for other factors, such laws had no effect on the recreational consumption of marijuana. It is important that physicians stress to their patients that medical marijuana is not FDA approved, and the FDA is responsible for keeping dangerous and ineffective drugs off of the market. Medical marijuana has many benefits. It helps with nausea associated with chemotherapy for cancer patients, spasticity secondary to neurological diseases, pain management, and rheumatoid arthritis. The National Academy of Sciences Institute of Medicine concluded that there is therapeutic potential for some of the cannabinoids found in marijuana. but they stress that this is not smoked marijuana or crude marijuana, but in fact the other ways of consuming marijuana is preferred, such as the vaporization and inhalation of medical marijuana, which has proven more effective and beneficial and was preferred by 14 of 18 patients, according to the Institute of Medicine. To safely continue research, California established the Center for Medicinal Cannabis Research at the University of California, the first such center in the nation to conduct clinical trials to shed light on this topic. California has been the leading researcher on medicinal marijuana since 1996, but other states have done their own research. A case study by the Massachusetts Medical Society shows a 68-year-old diagnosed with breast cancer named Marilyn that medical marijuana could help her with the side effects of her chemotherapy. Since she was already taking narcotics that were hard on her system, she asked her physician if he would advise her to try medical marijuana since she had the means to grow it. Her physician advised her that since these narcotics were hard, that she should try to grow it and that it could help with her nausea and pain. With new generations come new perspectives, and this generation seems to be leaning away from their parents and embracing new and old types of medication. Arnold Bennett says, any change, even a change for the better, is always accompanied by drawbacks and discomforts. I'm not saying that legalizing medical marijuana at the federal level would not come with its own problems and drawbacks, but to find a safe and useful way to use it might improve the quality of life for millions.